How's it going, YouTube? And before I give you my 2 game suggestions, I do have something to say beforehand. And I'm gonna let live skips take it away. Hello there, YouTube. Now, usually I wouldn't make 2 game recommendation videos back to back. That's not really the main export of my channel. But I do have a bit of an announcement to make, and I thought that this video would be the easiest for me to tack an announcement onto. So if you're interested in the video, as you probably are if you clicked on it, the main video will be about at this time start right here. Or if you look down below at the chapters, you'll be able to select it from there. If you are interested in the announcement, which I imagine most of you won't be, you can continue watching right now. So the announcement is that after way too long, I'm moving from the Adobe Creative Cloud over to DaVinci Resolve, which is amazing because it costs way less, and I'm really enjoying DaVinci Resolve right now. But what this does mean is that video production will be a little slower, because if you know anything about learning new softwares, especially editing softwares, it takes a little time to break muscle memory and years of doing the same thing on the same software. So it'll take a little time for me to adjust. That being said, video production will be a little bit slower on the channel, slower than it already is on this dreadfully slow YouTube channel that I've been maintaining for about a year now. That being said, this video and the next video will both be edited on DaVinci Resolve. And he's right. Which is pretty cool if you ask me. But all that being said, the announcement is just to let you know that I am still working on this channel. It just may slow down due to me switching softwares. And that's that, essentially. So thank you guys so much for clicking on the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video that's coming your way. See you later. With Spooky Month upon us now, I decided that I would not only make an announcement video, but I'd combo it with a duo indie horror game suggestion for the lovely folks at home. Especially because you guys seem to really like the recommendations I made the other week. This time I'm only focusing on 2 games, and I intend to talk a little deeper on each title. They won't be broken down into any categories other than a game I have fully completed and a game that I just recently added to my library. And of course, they are both indie games. They are both under the horror category on Steam because it's October, and it makes sense thematically. Also, I just really like horror games, so yeah. So the first game that I completed and I wanted to talk about is something I teased a little bit in the last video, which is Little Nightmares. Now, obviously Little Nightmares isn't so small of an indie series that a 223 subscriber YouTube channel really needs to shout it out, but with the 3rd installment in the series recently coming out, I felt like it would be a good addition to this list. And by nominating this title, I am also saying that the achievement hunt is really well worth the price of admission. The game itself and the DLC are great, and the hunt falls perfectly within the 2, allowing you to experience each of them within your hunt. Now, it goes without saying that I won't spoil any surprises or story elements because I'd prefer for you to experience them for yourself. But I'd like to start by saying the horror elements of Little Nightmares is fantastically done. From the grim environments to the weird Muppet inhuman qualities of your adversaries, this game does an amazing job of keeping an air of horror around every section of the game. Whether it's being chased or sneaking between sections, you can never really tell when something or someone will strike, keeping you in suspense at all times, especially during your initial playthrough. And if you're curious about the gameplay, it's similar to games like Inside or Limbo. So to put it simplistically, it's a 2.5D camera style with a puzzle platforming qualities. And on that note, I'd like to talk about the gameplay itself. I mean, I obviously like it, especially since I'm recommending it. That being said, the controls are tight for the most part. Outside of a few hiccups and ledge grabbing issues, the movement, even though a little unresponsive sometimes, really works for this style of game. And it almost adds this sense of powerlessness to the main character, which I think adds to the horror. As for the puzzles in both the main game and DLC, there's nothing too complex, but they make you think and they have the potential to heavily slow you down during your initial playthroughs. I mean, I know my dumbass had problems with some of the puzzles in this game. And if what I've talked about isn't a sweet enough deal for you already, the OST is sublime. Created by Tobias Lilja, I don't know if that's how you say his name, I'm so sorry. The backing tracks for each section create a perfect sense of tension and eerie nature that follows the player from scene to scene. Side note, our boy Tobias was also in charge of the OST for both Little Nightmares 1, 2, and 3, so check him out on Spotify. Now let's get to the most important segment, the reason why we're all here, the achievement hunt. So, if it's not obvious by the footage in the background, I played Little Nightmares late last year and actually got the 100% in like 3 streams. But I never turned it into a full video due to some timing issues and just not getting around to it. The question of the hour is, would I recommend it based on its achievement hunt alone? And the answer is, yes. The hunt itself is pretty straightforward. Of course, you get the achievements for clearing the game and its DLC, but that's a given. From there, a bulk of the achievements are based around collectibles such as notes, candles, and gnomes. And there are guides making the collection of these items way easier. The only difficult achievement in my mind is the Heart of the Core achievement. This achievement requires that you beat the game in under an hour without dying once, meaning it's not only a speed run, but also a deathless run, combining 2 challenge runs into one thing, which is pretty damn intimidating. Even though I was lucky enough to have a very fantastic speedrunner guide me through most of the game. He was an absolute lad and actually enjoys helping others fully clear Little Nightmares as a series. He's even got some fantastic videos on the speedrunning route to help you with the Heart of the Core achievement. And the legend's name is TD Pagey. His YouTube channel will be on the screen now, please go check him out. But overall, the Heart of the Core achievement isn't that bad. It took a little practice and a few tries, but I was able to fully clear the game in just over 12 hours, which is pretty damn good. With all that being said, I will just reiterate one more time that I do really believe that Little Nightmares is totally worth the achievement hunt and worth the purchase. So if you're big into horror games, I heavily recommend. And if you're also looking for a really great achievement hunt, I doubly recommend it here. With Little Nightmares covered, now let's talk about another indie horror game that I just recently picked up and am still actively hunting at the time of recording this video. And the game I'm talking about is White Knuckle. Now, I just picked this game up during the last autumn sale on Steam because a buddy of mine knew I liked climbing games and shot its recommendation right over my way. Boy, am I glad that he did. White Knuckle came out in April of 2025, making it a fairly new indie title, and it's the first title of the dev team Dark Machine Games. Now, normally I could go on like a normal games journalist, talking about the atmosphere, or how the simplistic graphics add to the feeling of horror because of the simplicity mixes well with the horrific setting, but I just won't. So instead of that approach, I'll try coming at it in the sense of just saying that this game is amazing. From the concept to the movement, this game is top notch. There is so much to learn both in the game's movement and its lore. Now at the moment of recording this particular video, I've only breached the surface of this game. I'm still working through the campaign itself, and I'm still moving as slow as humanly possible while climbing my way up through the tower. But that's what makes this game so exciting for me. There are goals and secrets to still unlock in this super unique world. Now obviously I cannot give this game a full review because there are plenty of things I haven't seen or experienced yet, but based off of the playtime I have right now, which is about 4 hours, I already know that I'm in love with it. So let me go over some things I really do like about this game. First off is the accursed atmosphere. All jokes aside, this game feels like I'm climbing around in this vintage holding or testing facility, and I love that. From the weird creatures to the messages and warnings playing across the intercom system.
Update. Training chamber observation windows have been reinforced. Vandalism of facility property is strictly prohibited.
I can't help but think about the SCP Foundation, and I love that. That's such a cool concept to me. The second thing that really draws me to this game is the gameplay. It's downright amazing. It's simple, which allows for a low skill floor, allowing players to come in at any skill level, but with its complex movements, techniques, and far better traversal, the skill ceiling is super high. That thinking about mastering the movement of this game and just being able to maneuver through the levels even quicker feels like an adventure all its own. I mean, thinking about it right now, based on my current skill level, I'm still grandmaing my way up through most of the walls, unsure of how long I can hold on to certain objects, as well as my reach and how far I can jump. But learning the momentum, how far my character can reach, and so on and so forth, I feel like maneuvering through this game will become a graceful dance of knowing the levels inside and out and how to traverse them optimally. And I kind of really love that feeling. Anyway, the last thing that really draws me to this game is the replayability. This game, while it's not marked as a roguelike on Steam, I'm calling it one myself. The map slightly changes each time you enter the maze, as well as what items you'll find, the currency that you'll find, which are the roaches. They change each time. Now, the addition of the perks is simplistic, and the items are, universally the same, but I can't help but to think of this game as a roguelike. But that's a bit besides the point. I just like being able to play a game over and over without experiencing the same exact run back to back, which this game provides. So it gets a thumbs up from me in this regard. And that brings me to my current only issue with the game, which is mostly input related. And at the moment, I can't really tell if it's a game issue or if it's my hardware, aka my mouse. Sometimes when I'm playing the game, I've noticed that my left click when climbing with my left hand sometimes just falls out without me hitting anything, and I'm not sure if that's a game issue or if that's just my mouse dying on me. So I can't really even give it harsh criticism with that. Well, that's all I can really say based off the current knowledge I have of the game at 4 hours in. So that brings us to the last point. And the most important point, may I say, is the game going to be fun to achievement hunt? And at this point, I can say probably. Most of the achievements revolve around climbing and beating the game, with the other achievements relating to how you die or finding and interacting with the world around you. The only achievements that scare me at this moment are the platinum medals for the challenges. That shit seems like a real speedrunner's wet dream, and I'm not currently at that level, so it kinda scares me. So that's where I'm gonna stop the review for this game. With the current time I have in White Knuckle being so low, I can't comfortably talk about it anymore without either speculating or just pulling shit straight off of the wiki page. With that being said, I definitely recommend this game to anyone who's slightly interested. If you like horror, or if you just like speedrunning and climbing games, this game will be a shoo-in for you. As for the achievement hunt, at the moment, I'm really enjoying it, and I think that the platinum medals won't be so bad once I learn the movement or just look up some guides on the best way to traverse your way through the challenge runs. So for now, it's a tentative, yes, it's worth the hunt. Well, with that, the video's over, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, I apologize for making 2 game recommendation videos back to back. I don't normally like doing things like this, but I figured it would be a great way for me to not only practice DaVinci Resolve, but to make an announcement about me shifting from Premiere to DaVinci. So, if you guys liked this video, please show it some love by, well, liking it, and if you wouldn't mind, share it around a little bit. Also, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to this channel. It's free and it would really help me out. Anyway, I love you guys so much and I hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, and happy October. May the spirit's Halloween be forever in your favor. Okay, goodbye.